And justice has been served finally after 31 years, 32 years actual innocence. Never thought this moment would ever happen. My attorney, Megan Baca, she did everything possible to get the truth out, and also for all her hard work that she did. Seeing that I wasn't guilty and I wasn't there, like the judge said, at the crime scene. So it's very overwhelming. At the end of the day, just the system failed, you know? But they got it right after so many years. That's the most exciting part, and I'm grateful that my parents are still alive, you know, my family.
Okay. Megan, how hard was it for you to get to this day?
This was a long, long road. It was 7 years from the time I was first contacted to help on his case. And 7 years ago, the sole witness in his case recanted and said that he absolutely wasn't there, that she was pressured to implicate him. And I really thought that would be enough, considering that was the only witness who testified against him at trial. And the judge saw right away there were 13 claims, and the judge issued an order to show cause on all 13 claims, which is pretty unheard of. That means that he was compelled by each and every one of the 13 claims.
Wow. And how do you feel today? Is the 7 year?
Good. Feels so good. I knew it. I knew 7 years ago. He would ask me every time, "You sure? You sure we're gonna win?" I said, "Absolutely." And that's not something you should tell clients. You can't get their hopes up, but I just knew that his is the clearest case of innocence I've ever seen. I know the witnesses received a lot of family pressure, and it was really hard for her to admit that she was pressured by the sheriff's department at such a young age, and that she implicated an innocent man. I mean, she felt such tremendous guilt knowing that he had been in prison for 30 years because of her lie.
How common is it that witnesses are pressured?
I mean, there's absolutely no way to know, because so many of them don't come forward and tell the truth, even when confronted with it, because they're scared of perjury charges. You know, maybe by the time we get the case, the witness has passed away, or they're just simply not willing to talk. Who knows? But I do know that whenever we've asked for audio recordings where there were only previously transcripts of interviews, every single time the audio recordings do not match up with what the transcripts say. So they've relied on the transcripts that are not accurate from what witnesses actually say. Okay. And actually in this case we had an audio expert analyze the recordings, and he could tell that it had been turned on and off repeatedly, just like the witness said.
So what are your plans now, Beto?
Write a book and express myself, what I went through in the system, and how difficult it is to survive in there. It's a hard struggle to be in there, especially when you're innocent. And God has always been with me, and even though I thought I was gonna die in prison, I told my mom I would never get out. She told me, "Don't lose faith, you're gonna get out one day." I said, "I'm not gonna get out. It's already been like 20 years. She said, "No, the truth's gonna come out." And it did, you know. But I'm very grateful, and I thank God for everything, and my defense team, and just having family support. That was one of the biggest things. You just get to a point where the burden just falls on you too much. I was left for dead in there, you know. You ask yourself if you really do have friends, and you get to appreciate who's there for you, you know. At the end of the day, all you got is family, you know.
Right. What is your message to other people who are right now wrongfully incarcerated, who don't feel like there's any hope?
No, well, one of the things, if you're innocent, you just have to keep on pushing and let your voice be heard. And somebody out of 5 or 10 attorneys, one of them's gonna believe in you and take that chance, you know, on you. A lot of them walk away, but you just have to keep on pushing and pushing till somebody hears you out, you know? All I can just say is that if you're innocent, eventually the walls gotta crack open, you know?
Yeah.
And his family deserves a lot of credit, because they kept impeccable records that I was able to raise ineffective assistance of counsel based on the records that they kept. They always kept on pushing. His sister would be sending me information from Facebook, from Instagram, of where witnesses were, who was talking to whom. It's really important to have that kind of family support too.
Okay, great. And what's your advice, Megan, to people who are wrongfully incarcerated still?
Don't give up hope. Make sure you keep good records. I don't know what else to say because there's so many innocent people in prison, and there's just not enough attorneys that are able to help work on these cases. So keep your transcripts, keep the police reports, get the trial attorney's file and keep it pristine. That's the best you can do, and just don't give up hope. Write. Write to every attorney, every organization you possibly can.
But like you say, in prison, what doesn't come out on the wash comes out on the rinse. The truth eventually comes out. It might take years, but the truth will set you free. It will prevail.
32 years later, though.
Yeah. I mean, no money is ever going to replace the loss of years, and because of somebody lied, I had no family, I had no kids. You know, just on a simple lie, it destroyed my going to the Marines and becoming a parole agent. My dreams were taken away from me.
Well, life begins for you now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, but it's hard to push forward, you know, because you remember all those years, the times you were cold, hungry, in the hole, and it just lost my hair for stress.
Well, congratulations to both of you. It's a really big day, and best of luck for the rest of your life.
That's it.